What's up, everybody? It's your boy BD again. Sorry it took so long to post a video for the Kangerm. For those who don't know, I posted a video of the Proteus by Aspire, and on that video, a person named Panda commented, saying that they were from Kangerm and that their Ehookah head was better than the Proteus. So I inquired about it, got a little bit of information, and purchased one. Not bad on price, about the same price as the Proteus. I got it faster than the Proteus as well. It was about 1 to 2 days shipping. I also got extra coil heads. So altogether, it cost me around $100. All right, so this right here would be the Kangerm. I believe I said that right. If not, hopefully somebody corrects me. But that's the way it's spelled. All right, so I got two of these. Reason being, the first one that I was sent was missing a battery cap. So they sent me a second one that had both battery caps. So pretty much I have one that's waiting for a battery cap. I have one that I've used. And what I can tell you is I definitely put this thing through the ringer when I got the second one to see how good it actually was. So let's dive down into the packaging. So this right here is the packaging of the Kangerm. Now what it comes with is the Ehookah head itself. It has the base, which also has a grommet in it, universal fit, and it also comes with two coils. What I can say is the two coils remind me of the coils from the Atlantis and many other tanks that use that same kind of coil. It's just built a little differently. It doesn't have that bottom air hole port. You see, I'll take one out for you real fast. Okay, so this is the coil itself. Built just like the Aspire coils. It does come with nickel coils, so it is temperature controlled. And it also does up to 100 watts. Comes with a little instruction booklet. You can get it in two colors, either silver or black. The one that I got was black. Well, actually, both of them came black. I didn't really specifically ask for any color, so Panda sent me black ones. All right. So in this, you would use two 18650s just like you would in the Proteus, except in this one, it lights up. You also have a 50 milliliter tank on it, which is ridiculous. I couldn't believe it when I saw it, where they were like, oh, it holds 50 milliliters, and I'm like, nah, no possible way. What I can tell you is the batteries will die before you're even finished the tank. There's a tank right here. Let me take this off real fast. Sorry, it does take a while to take the tank off. Okay. So there's a tank right here. Holds 50 milliliter juice, just like I was saying. You do have a top cover, which is magnetic. And you have a fill port right at the top. So fill port is right there, which you do have a rubber stopper to put on top of it. Right here is where you would put the coil, and then you would screw it on. Looks pretty much similar to an Atlantis, the way you would screw that on. And also if you look closely, you see about 4 rectangles. That's where all the LEDs are. Now, when it does light up, it lights up blue, letting you know that it's ready to go. Also, eventually it does light up red. When it starts lighting up red, that's letting you know that the battery life is low on it. So let's get this set up on my Ehookah, which is a Maya Petite, for those who are wondering from the last video. All right, so let me put this on pause and let's bring you to how it looks on the Maya Petite. All right, so this is the Kangerm on my Maya Petite hookah. You see the bottle of infamous Trill e-juice right next to it. Pretty much my favorite e-juice of all of them. I love that e-juice. All right, so here you go. Let me go in close. Right here is your on-off button, which you hit it 5 times. As you can see, that lights up blue at the top. Now, I'm not sure if my camera will focus well enough to where it'll show you the different wattages and everything else. So right now I have it in wattage mode, which it drops down by 0.1. And then it goes, let's see, I believe it goes to from 7 watts all the way to 100 watts. To get it in a temperature mode, you hit the button 3 times, and then you're in temperature mode where you can go from 200 degrees Fahrenheit to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so right now it's at 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's put the wattage up to, we'll go 50. Okay, so one cool feature about this is that when you inhale on it, the LED lights do pulsate. So let me just show you real fast. All right. So like I said, I did put this through the ringer. I've had it at 7 watts. I've had it through a bunch of different intervals all the way up to 100 watts. I've not had one dry hit. It has not tasted burnt or anything. And I've used it for an hour straight. Took it to the hookah lounge that I normally go to and had friends try it on a bigger hookah. And still, no dry hits, no burnt taste or anything like that. And a lot of people liked it. All right, so let me go back up to me and show you the vapor production. I'm going to do it in different intervals, and hopefully it'll give you a gist for how it hits, how it is. Flavor is stupendous on this. Okay, so here it's to show you how it vapes, or cloud production, smoke production, whichever you may call it. I haven't really tried it with nicotine in it, as I don't use nicotine in any of my e-juices. I'm down to a 0. I started out at a 6 when I started vaping 2 years ago, and now I'm down to a 0. So right here, this is 10 watts. So you don't have that much cloud production at 10 watts, as goes a lot of devices that uses variable wattage. But you still definitely get the flavor. This is 20 watts. It's usually your higher wattage that you get more cloud production, more vapor production. 30 watts. As you start to see the wattage go up, you start to see your clouds getting more dense or thicker. And like I said, I've put this thing through the ringer like I don't know what, to test out just how good it is. See if it actually burns at a certain temperature or anything like that. This is 40 watts. And a lot of times on some devices, the higher the wattage you use, the less flavor you get sometimes. I know on a device that I have, which is the Invader Mini, sometimes I actually lose flavor when I go to a higher wattage, which it only goes up to 50 watts. But all in all, still not bad. This is 50 watts on the Kangerm. And there's not really any fast way to get the get the wattage up like tens or fives or anything like that. It goes up kind of slow, but I mean ultimately you put it to where you want it, where you're comfortable with it. I mean, I would say that that's probably the only downfall of this device is it doesn't have a memory mode, or it doesn't go up by tens as some devices do when you hold down the button long enough. So I'm at 70 watts right now, going up to 80. And as I said, I haven't lost its flavor whatsoever. The flavor has not changed from 10 watts all the way to 80 watts. But you do see the clouds getting denser. This is 90. And let's max out at 100. So that was wattage mode, which you saw the clouds go all the way up from 10 watts, where there was barely anything, to 100 watts, where you're definitely seeing cloud production. All right. So, temperature mode, it does go up quicker. Like I said, it starts at 200, goes up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me just do a couple. I'll do it by the hundreds. I won't have y'all go through tens and everything like that. So there you go. You're looking at 200 right there. This is 300. 400. 500. 'And finally maxing out at 600. Now, what I can tell you is when it comes to the clouds, it seems as though in wattage mode it produces denser clouds compared to temperature control mode. All in all, I haven't had one warm hit or anything like that, but I'm also using cold water uh, in the hookah, which makes a difference a lot of times. Um, some people use ice tips where sometimes this piece right here, the mouthpiece, will be a lot wider. Some of them be smaller, but have like these little ice cubes in them. As far as I go, I just use a regular hookah hose. Nothing major, nothing fancy. You can spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on a hookah. As far as I go, I spent about $25 to $30 on my hookah, which isn't bad at all. I mean, I don't need anything colossal. I don't need anything too big or anything like that. I'm happy with a small hookah. That's truly all you need, and you're fine. I can produce as much vapor on a small hookah compared to a big hookah. Especially when I tried this out at the hookah lounge that I do go to. So, all in all, that's it. That's the Kangerm. I will leave Panda's email in the description. Uh, this company has been very easy to talk to. Anytime I've had any questions, concerns, comments, or anything like that, Panda has emailed me back probably less than 24 hours. Uh, they are a company based in China. So, yeah, time difference. I am on the East Coast. But time difference wise, I was always getting an email back. Customer service was on point. Told them I had a problem. They said no problem at all and sent me out another one with no issues whatsoever. The one that you did see in the box, that's the one that's missing the battery cap. But all in all, I still have it to show it off, show people about it, and pretty much until I get that other battery cap, then I'll actually have two working ones, which isn't bad. This way I can have one that I can let friends borrow or anything like that, just so they get an idea of how it is, and then they could possibly purchase it. I'm sorry that I've went on for 20 minutes about this, but I did want to go into a little bit more detail compared to the Proteus. The Proteus was my first video. Um, I haven't really tried the square E head, which one of my friends had. That was one of the very beginning Ehookah heads, which he was happy with. Now it just sits in his room and it collects dust. Whereas the Kangerm, I probably use this once a week. The Proteus has pretty much been sitting on a desk ever since I got this. So when Panda told me that this was the better Ehookah head, I had my doubts, knowing how good the Proteus was when it vaped. The only problem I have with the Proteus, honestly, is a coil. The coil does burn very easily. I'm not sure if that's user error or if I got a batch of bad coils. It could be bad coils, but I also have a friend who the same thing happened. So it could be just a batch of bad coils since it was Aspire's first Ehookah head. And Aspire always does improve on their products. But we'll see what happens as the vape industry gets a little bit better and they possibly move on to something different. They could put out better Ehookah heads. They could put out other vapes that will completely diminish the Ehookah heads. But, all in all, I'm happy with the way the market is going. Like I said, I've been vaping for 2 years, and I haven't stopped since. You know, I've gotten people off of smoking. People who were smoking packs a day, now down to vaping maybe once or twice a week. You know, um, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments, and I will address those. I comment back to pretty much anybody and everybody who wants to know about the product that I have or anything else. So feel free to comment. I respond pretty much as soon as I see the comment. All right, take care.